Hi, OGs. Hi, Peaceful Pinners. Happy Friday. So I'm coming to you as I have been for the last couple of Fridays, all tired all of a sudden. So we're going to do a couple of angels, and we're going to finish up the egg from yesterday, and then we are going to sail into the weekend, you guys. And I just had an idea. I was looking at my ribbons, and I found a couple little scraps that I thought were a really good color, and I was like thinking about how I don't want to make a really crazy bow on this, and I kind of had an idea, and I'm going to see if it works. Hi, Phil. Hi, Louise. Hi, Kathy. Hey, Robbie. Hi, Beth. Hey, Sherry. Sherry, guess what? I already have it on live chat. But you guys, don't forget to change your chat to live chat, so we can see Georgianne if she shows up today. There's Georgianne. Georgianne said, good afternoon, just got home. Hi, Roseanne. Roseanne said, hello, weekend and OGs. Exactly. Hi, Robin with a Y. Hi, Carol. Robbie said, I put a bow on the side, just a small one though. That's a cute idea. So I got to thinking about, you know how we sometimes do like the little itty bitty bow? You kind of loop it. This is going to be hard because I've got one of these pieces of ribbon is really skinny, but I wanted to work it in. So I'll see if I can do it. But I thought maybe I could do that with a couple layers and just sit that on top. So I'll see if I can do it. I don't know. Like something like that, and just kind of set it there at the top, and then maybe just floof out the ribbons a little bit. We'll see. Make it a little bigger. Whoops, missed that pink one. So maybe something like that, but I do want to separate. I wish I would have gotten that a little longer on that side, but it'll be okay. I'll cut those a little short, and then I'll leave the purple ones just a teeny bit longer. That's kind of what I was thinking. And then I'll trim up the little tails. I was sort of thinking maybe it could sit kind of like just a cute little bow, and then I'll put a hanger, but not be too floofy. Whoops, the chat got away from me. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Nancy T. Hi, Anne-Marie. Georgianne said, I got the Jasmine kit. Oh, awesome. Okay, so they did come out today. I had my Julia meetup today, so I was away for almost the entire day. I just got home a little while ago, took a quick shower, and now I'm on here. So I haven't even looked at my email or anything, and I totally forgot to check about this being extra kit day, but I'm glad it was. I should have gotten that side just a little longer, but that's okay. Cut this guy a little shorter too. I don't know, maybe it was like an Easter basket that popped into my head, like Easter basket vibe kind of thing. So that's kind of where I don't know, it just kind of popped into my head. And for a hanger, I have the string that this bundle was tied with, so I'll just stick that on top with a pretty pin. Olivia gave me some pretty things from the shop to take a look at, so including these diamond head pins. So we've been talking about those pearl head pins. We've got these diamond head pins, which are just plastic, but they are pretty on the right occasion for sure. Hey, CJ. Sherry said, I purchased this pattern and the new Star Dance one. Oh, awesome, Sherry. Yeah, I don't know why I forgot to mention yesterday, you guys, that we had a new pattern coming out today. It slipped my mind last night when we were on. Not that I didn't have plenty of opportunity since we were on for 2 hours, but I totally forgot about it. Hey, Brian. Brian, I didn't get a chance to follow up yet, but Clara from our customer support team put a picture today in our team messaging board about with a picture of tamari balls, and she said, we have a new OG friend who sent this picture in, and I said, is it Brian? And I had sent that when I was stopped for the meetup with Julia, and then I haven't checked yet since I got back home. So I think it was you that sent in that picture, and it looked amazing. Louise said, I tried to make a bow for my egg last night and it didn't seem to work, so I'm very interested in how you'll do this. It's kind of weird with these different shapes. Sometimes the regular bows don't work. Sometimes they do. It depends on the pattern. The eggs can be weird, especially if they're on their side. This one I just wasn't sure about because I haven't made an upright egg in a while. The egg that I made for you guys a week or two ago was one of the ones that sits kind of on its side. I almost don't want to push this down through the middle, but I don't know how else I can do that with. I think that's kind of cute. I was afraid it would be too much purple, so that's why I threw in a little pink. I like all the purple though, and I want to do something in the center, either the center or these little points here, or both. I don't want to put too much on the egg part because it is so busy already. But I do think that these tips where there is two folds just right on top of each other, that's a good spot for beads on this pattern. And then of course the center. I think this is my better side. My little flower in the center is slightly wonky on this side. See if we can floof it a little bit. Sometimes you can kind of untuck those petals a little bit and floof them out. Hey Rob, oh I'm sorry, Robbie, I'm way in the wrong spot. It jumped on me. I saw you, Robbie, and then it jumped. I know it was your comment I was about to read. Robbie said, that's cute. Cynthia said, yes, that bow is really nice. Thanks, guys. Sylvia said, like that bow idea. Hi, Kate. Kate said, hello, Stacy and everyone. Warmer day in Southeast Ohio. Hi, Christy. Hi, Barb. CJ said, did you hear about the video not working? Could have been me, but I tried to restart and did all that. What video are you talking about, CJ? Sylvia said, was it really 2 hours? Never seems that long. I know, it was. I think it was just over 2 hours. We were having fun last night. And in 2 hours, we didn't even get the egg all the way done, which is crazy. I don't like that I can see the pin. I should have, you know what I should have done with this, you guys? I should have built the bow on the hanger pin. That would have made it better because then you could still wiggle the loops and tails of the pin or of the bow. Because once you put another pin through it, then you really like limit how much you can floof and fluff and all that sort of stuff. So just a little tip, but it's too late. I already did it, so I'm gonna try to reposition this. Alrighty, so I got pearls or crystals or both. These are going to be a lot softer. I also have got my little flower sequins. I wonder what that would look like. You know, it's funny. I thought I was going to want to do the crystals, but I'm almost leaning towards these pearls. They're a little darker. I feel like that would look pretty on those points, and it would stand out against the little white sequin too. Let's see what that looks like. That's kind of cute. Hi, Tammy. Tammy said, hi, everyone. I made it relatively on time. Yes, we've only been on a couple minutes so far, about 10 minutes. Phil said, I didn't know what Tamari was, so I looked it up. That takes real talent, and they're so beautiful. They are. They are very time consuming. I remember Brian was saying that he's taken hours on them, hours. Phil said, or I just read that one. Sylvia said, this egg is absolutely gorgeous. Thank you, Sylvia. Brian said, I sent in 2 pictures. I'm glad they got posted. I will have to send a picture of a few of my more unique quilted balls when I get the chance. Absolutely. I would love to see it. And now I'm not driving. After this, I'll go back and look at them even better. I saw it at my stop, so I only saw it briefly, but I saw the one picture where it was like a whole pile of them. That was really neat. Hey, Suzanne. I haven't seen you. So Suzanne said, hi everyone, crazy week. I watched the replays, ordered the pattern and both fabric bundles along with a long list of stuff this morning and got an email saying it was mailed already. That's awesome, Suzanne, and thank you for that. Thank you for that order. Love this egg, pretty. Thank you, Suzanne. Tammy said, love the bow. Thank you, Tammy. Debbie said, blizzard on Monday of this week and today's 72 degrees and snow is all gone. 6 to 9 inches. 6 to 9 inches melted in a couple days. It's crazy, but I'm glad it warmed up. That's the good part of that. Hi, Becky. CJ said, I was working on the poppy, but the video would come on and didn't even show that it was there. So the poppy video. Okay. Oh, you guys agreed with the pearl. Okay, good. So CJ, did you write in about that? Is that what you were asking, if I had seen what you wrote in? I didn't hear about that yet, but I can find out. CJ said pearls. Dara said the darker would pop more. Becky said pearls. Robbie said pearls. Awesome. CJ said, I love the flower and pearl. Yeah, I think the darker definitely will pop more than... These are beautiful, but I'm afraid in the busyness of this egg that they would just sort of blend in. I mean, the bling would be nice, but these pearls are pretty. These are very pretty. Yeah, that's gonna be it, I think. CJ also said, I love them too, but that's why I gave up cross stitch. It takes so long to finish. Oh, Shirley said, looks like I missed it. I'll watch again. Shirley, I made this egg yesterday. So today we're only like 10 or, I don't know, 12 minutes in or so. We're just finishing today. And I'm going to finish a couple of angels. I got a couple of angels sitting around, ready to put their heads on. Tammy said, I spent my breaks today searching for gold and off-white fabric in quilt shops today. My scrap package is all golds and off-whites. Really? You guys were reading my mind. That's crazy. Did it just get there today? Christy said, weirdly, Wyoming is under a fire watch until tomorrow. Wow, that's pretty scary. Hey, Kat. Kat said thumbed up and shared. Thank you. Brian said the bow looks nice. It does not overwhelm the egg. Thank you. That's what I was hoping for. I didn't want it to be too much up there. This egg is a lot on its own, especially now with some bling. Dana said, all right, bling time. Hello, everyone. Hi, Dana. CJ said no videos came up, and yes, I emailed. I'm going to go visit the Poppy page right now and see if I'm having that problem. Yeah, they're coming up for me. There's 5 videos. Yep. CJ, what browser are you using? Here, I'm going to show you the page. So here's the poppy pattern, and then here's the videos. So they're coming up okay. I'm in Chrome, and it's coming up okay. Everything, and here's all the bonuses too down here. They all seem to be opening fine. So maybe clear your cache every once in a while. That can be a thing. Make sure I'm switched back to my right camera. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. Hey, Patty. Patty said, hi, everyone. I'm still working on my order. I was looking over patterns and thought I better check this site, and here y'all are. Yep, here we are. We've not been on too long, a few minutes. Nancy said, yes, the pearls would be nice. I'm glad everyone agrees on the pearls. Tammy said it came today and Jasmine came too, and thank you. That's awesome. I'm so glad. I'm glad Jasmine made it too. So Jasmine decided to stop the tour. Patty said, I got my little brown box today. I'm a happy camper. That's awesome. CJ said, speaking of fabric, I received a wonderful gift from Christine. She sent me some fabric, quite a bit, for some snow globe ornamenting. That's awesome. How nice of Christine. CJ said, would it be bad if I say the internet browser? I will check right now. I'm on my iPad. Oh, so maybe you're on like Safari. You might be using Safari. I would say trying to clear your history might do the trick, and then you'll have to log back in. And then hopefully that does it. Usually clearing my history kind of solves a lot. It's almost like the unplugging and plugging back in of hardware. That's always my first try with things. And then if not, maybe trying a different browser, which you can get Chrome, I think, on an iPad. Tammy said, I was thinking that those new fabric packets would make a good spiral egg if busy. You know what? They might, because you could put just one of the spirals as the really busy one, the flowers, and then do, I think, Tammy, that's what I need to do next week. Because I have them sitting here still from last night. There's the flower. You're talking about these, right, Tammy? So we got the flower, and that's included in both. And that's the same, but then we have 2 colors here and 2 colors there. And I believe that the spiral is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that'd be perfect. It would be a little loud, but I think it would be okay. Jan said, I purchased the new Star Dance pattern. Love it. Do you have the Christmas fabric and the sunflower fabric in the shop? I didn't see it, but maybe I missed it. I know which sunflower you're talking about. Let me look at that. I'll look for that first. Okay. The sunflowers, I believe. Hang on one second. I'm going to go look at the picture and make sure I'm saying the right thing. So let me go to the patterns. Sorry guys, I'm like doing a lot of internet browsing on this live. Thank you for bearing with me. Let's find the pattern. I want to find the pictures. Star Dance. Okay, the Christmas one I think is Lydia made that, and I think she made it with her own personal fabrics, and I don't believe that we have those fabrics in the shop. The sunflower. Is that this one? I think that might not be that one. I don't see that one either. I feel like I've seen it before, so it might have been something we had and no longer have. And I am not seeing it. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Jan. I don't think that we have those anymore. I do believe that we did have that sunflower fabric, but I don't see it anymore. I can find out if maybe we're going to have it again. Maybe we had them. Maybe we just need to cut more of it to make bundles or whatever. So I can find out. Kathy said, I hope that I get into the VIP club when it opens. I really like doing kits. The kits are definitely nice. They're convenient. Everything arriving to you all ready to go is definitely a nice convenience. Are you in the Christmas club, Kathy? Because we are opening that up soon. We're opening that, I believe, next month. And it's a little different because it's Christmas all year, but you do get a kit. Christy said it was actually me. We have another OG that goes by Christine. Okay, so Christy sent it. That was very kind of you, Christy. Tammy said, yes, it's 5 fabrics. So, Tammy, I love that idea. Okay, you guys. It's cute. What do you think? I don't think it needs any more embellishments. I think that's plenty. Now we're going to string up some angel heads. Sherry said, I received my fabric remnant bundle today. That's awesome, Sherry. Wow, that got there quick. Oh, you're welcome, Jan. I'm sorry I didn't have a better answer for you. Happy Friday, Sally. Kathy said, okay, I am in the Christmas club. Gotcha. I think in the fall, Kathy, is when we're looking at the VIP. Gretchen said, what size egg? This is the 4-inch egg. We have 3 sizes, and the 4-inch is our large size. And I did start with an 8-lined egg for this one. Debbie said, I went to Hobby Lobby yesterday after the live, and I found the exact trim that you used on the egg in colors pink and aqua. Plus, it was 40% off, so I got a deal of a deal. Debbie, that's so cool. I'm like really excited to know that because I was thinking to myself I wanted more of it. And all I have is this little roll that we used some of yesterday, so I know this isn't going to last very long. And they also had aqua. Okay. Well, everyone, we got to go to Hobby Lobby and get this trim. Brian said, yes, a very cute egg. Thanks, Brian. Have you ever done an egg with the tamari? Kat said, beautiful. Thank you, Kat. Martha. Hi, Martha. Martha said, happy Friday. It's so pretty. I love it. Do you have a website that I can look at? Yes. Yes, we do. Let me type that into the chat for you. That's my main page, and from there you can visit the shop, you can visit the blog, you can see a list of our patterns, you can go see our freebie things, everything is right there on that homepage. Robbie said, oh, I skipped a couple. Patty said, very pretty egg. Thanks, Patty. Kathy said, I love the egg. I have this fabric. I'm going to give the egg a try. Not this pattern. I would try this pattern after a couple of other eggs. Alrighty. Got my angel string. Now let's get to doing some angel heads, you guys. I at least need to be able to give Olivia a couple of these back on Monday. Louise said, love it. Christy said, I guess I better go to Hobby Lobby tomorrow. I need some of that trim and a few other things. A few other things? I know what that's gonna mean. It's never a few other things. Georgianne said, I got some of the trim today. That's awesome. Everybody's finding trim. Becky said, Stacy, I told you the secret shop would be trouble for me. I just bought the Jasmine kit. That's good, though. I'm glad you got one. I don't think we have too many extras of that, so I'm glad that you got your hands on one. Tammy said, I think that trim really makes it. It is really pretty. I agree. I think it really made it, too. It added a little oomph on the side without being overpowering. All right, so we're going back in time, and we're going to do a little Cupid here. Okay, let's not break her head off, though. I don't have any long pins here that I know of, or at least I don't know where I've put them, other than the diamond head pins. So I don't have any way of repairing heads if anybody breaks, other than glue, which I don't think is good enough. Nancy said that egg is beautiful. Thank you, Nancy. Patty said, what's the brand name of the trim? Let me look. I think it was a Hobby Lobby brand. Merchant 41. And I guess it's in the sewing section of Hobby Lobby. Jeanette said, hi everyone. At least I haven't missed all. No, you sure haven't. You guys, today I drove to meet Julia to do our monthly fabric trade-off. And she started exactly 10 years ago with OG. It was right towards the beginning of the club, the first club, which we started November 2015. And then she started working here in March 2016. Because I realized pretty quickly on that I wasn't going to be able to cut all the fabric myself. So she was like one of the first. There was one other lady that I attempted to hire around the same time, and she didn't unfortunately last very long at the job. But Julia came on and has been here ever since, and she is amazing. I know I've told you guys about her before, but man, she does a lot of the fabric cutting and the pins for the kits. Like in the shop, we have people that are doing all of our shop products, and we also assemble the kits and stuff here. But Julia does a lot of the prepping, all the separate parts, fabric-wise and pins-wise for the kits. So 10 whole years. Pretty cool. We both lived over in Southwest Florida. That's where we were when we met. I was in Port Charlotte and she was in Arcadia, which is a neighboring town. And then right around the same time, we both decided to move. And she moved up into the Panhandle, and I moved here to Central Florida. But we were like, we can't part ways. So she's still here, but we just do that monthly meetup. You are welcome, Martha. You are very welcome. Brian said, I've not tried an egg with the tamari. It would be more difficult to get the thread wrap on. Round balls are easiest. I believe you, because eggs are also a little awkward with these ornaments too. You guys, I think I'm going off camera. I'm sorry about that. Debbie said, yes, it ended up costing $1.47 for one ribbon spool, and there is 3 yards on the ribbon spool. Wow, that's not bad at all, especially for like a fancy trim. Shirley said, Stacy, you're causing me to spend too much money. I placed 3 orders in 3 days, but I love it. Shirley, I am sorry. I hope you are having fun. Any orders from my shop, I sincerely appreciate. I always say, though, that these are a little bit addicting. Once you get going on these, they really are addicting. I've been addicted since I was a teenager. Beth said, I was able to grab a jasmine kit also. I love the fabrics that you used for it. I'm so glad. Thank you. Those were really pretty. Hey, stop riding up her head. This is where they start the rib, or the trim starts to ride up the head a little bit. Gets a little tricky at this part. You gotta go nice and slow. Olivia refuses to do this. She puts all these angels together, but she hates doing the heads. I should let it dry for a second because I feel like I'm undoing I'm undoing like my previous couple little spins around when I go too far. Backing back up. Tammy said, Shirley, welcome to the addiction. Patty said, thanks for the info, Stacy. You are very welcome, Patty. Carol said, I just love the draping of the egg. It reminds me of Cinderella's gown. So elegant. I like that word that you just used, the draping. Yeah, it does look like draping, doesn't it? With those folds on the outside, the pyramid fold. They do have a very elegant look. Debbie said the trim brand is Merchant 41, regular price $249. Hopefully this will do it. Last week I didn't do so hot on Rosie's head. Remember, guys? I think I got it. Let me hold this down for a second. Jeanette said that egg is beautiful. Thank you. Georgianne said, I'm amazed at the precise cutting of the fabric pieces. Being a quilter, I can appreciate her precision. Thanks, Georgianne. I will let her know that you said that. She has such an attention to detail, and I don't think a robot could do better than she does as far as how, I mean, you know, it's like not just cutting, but then counting the pieces to put in the bags, and every kit's different. So she kind of like figures out how she's going to do every kit at the beginning of it as she gets started. She figures out how she's going to lay it out, how many piles of fabric she's going to cut and then bag before she moves on, because it's, you know, 1,000 bags of something. So She just does such a good job, and she cares so much. And if anybody like posts in the Facebook group, like that they were missing pieces or something, and honestly, it happens sometimes. It doesn't happen a lot, but it happens sometimes that someone's missing pieces. She gets so upset because she tries so hard to be perfect, and I'm always like, you're human. Things are gonna happen. She just cares so much, you guys. Let me back up here. I got a little behind. But Georgianne, I'll let her know that you said that because I know she'll really appreciate it. Debbie said, Stacy is helping to feed our habit, but we all love it. That sounds so bad. Sylvia said, as I messaged to you, Stacy, my trip to Michael's was great as they are now carrying bolts of fabric. Really? I originally thought they would only carry pre-cut pieces. There were so many beautiful prints. That is very exciting. I'm so happy to hear that. You said you messaged that to me. Did you message it to our customer support email? Because I did not see that myself. Unless it was just today and they didn't tell me yet. Shirley said, I've been addicted for 4 years now, I believe. Hi, Tracy. Tracy said, happy Friday, everyone. I'm so excited to have received my little brown box today. That's awesome. Gretchen said, I got a jasmine 2 plus 6 eggs coming. I think that blossom egg is gorgeous. Thank you, Gretchen. Sylvia said I had to get out of there before I went bankrupt. I'm going to have to go see, I don't really have a Michael's super close to me, but there's one I think it's about 40 minutes away. And, I might have to go check it out sometime. Maybe this weekend sometime I will, or Wednesday. Dana said Stacy's our dealer. That's funny. Judy said, sorry, I'm late. Don't be sorry. We're glad you're here. I feel like she had another set of ribbons before, but maybe Olivia is planning to finish her up when I give her back. She's probably just waiting to get her back. She does need... I need another crystal so I can put her halo back on properly. I don't have pink crystals? What? How is this possible? Oh, yes I do, right here. We'll do a crystal on the top. Debbie said, Christy, the trim comes in pink, aqua, and white. Oh, it comes in white too? Carol said, so what I have read, your mom is responsible for all this wonderful fun. Thanks to Mom from all of us for sure. Carol, I will tell her that you said that. Yes, she's the one that first learned the original, quilt, the folded fabric with the squares at a Ben Franklin way back in the day. I think I want to do a slightly more of an angle on her. There we go. She needs another set of ribbons for her bow. I don't know what ribbon. I can't remember what ribbons she had, so I'm going to let Olivia finish her up. But other than that, at least her head's done. That's good. We will go for a second one here. And you know what? I am not taking off these wings, I don't think. Because they might be glued on. Uh-oh, we're going to have a challenge now. I'm going to have to do this head around the wings. Okay. As long as I don't get glue on them, we should be okay. Martha said, as far as addictions go, this is so low calorie. I'm in. That's true. Yeah, this is a healthier one. This is adding a whole new dimension to this. Can't just spin her like I usually do. Christy said, thanks, Debbie. Now I have to get all 3 colors of trim. Yeah, because you never know what color egg you're going to be making. You got to have everything at the ready. Tammy said, Martha, funny that you should say that. I've lost weight since starting in September 2023 because I don't snack. I like things like Cheetos and I can't get those on my fabric. That is great. Yeah, and your hands are busy. Your hands are busy doing this. Good for you, though, on the weight loss, too. In all seriousness, that's great. I have lost a little weight myself lately in the last couple months. It feels good. Guys, if I'm veering way off camera, I'm so sorry. Okay, now I'm going to move these wings down a little bit. Time for the top, but at least that's not in the way as much. Debbie said, Christy, I brought all 3 as well. I bought all 3 as well. Patricia said, hi friends, first time on the chat. I've been watching for months and I've done about 25 ornaments, including the Kimikomi. Have a lot of fun with it. Thanks for sharing your talent with us. Patricia, welcome to this chat. I'm so glad that even though you were watching, I'm glad today you decided to say hi. If there's anybody else that's just kind of lurking, please say hi. We would love to welcome you. And 25 ornaments, by the way. That's amazing. Which patterns have you done, Patricia? I feel like I'm struggling here with this part. Tammy said, dang it, now I need to go to Hobby Lobby tomorrow. Guess I'm glad they are less than 2 miles away. Yeah, and you got to go tomorrow because they're closed on Sunday. Are they still closed on Sundays? Denise said, here I am. I was listening, but I couldn't watch as I was back in the supply shop. I need a little brown box today and put in another order. Or I received a little brown box today and I put in another order. Thank you, Denise. You guys are awesome. Guys, we are, Olivia has been super busy this past week setting up a new shipping calculator on our website, because the one we had, I felt like sometimes it just was really hard to get it dialed in correct. Like it would overcharge sometimes and undercharge other times. And whenever anybody pays overage in shipping, we always send a refund for it. But for people who are new to the shop, they don't know that's going to happen, you know. So we have just not been happy at all with our shipping calculator. But this new one, she has been working hard at setting that up this whole past week. And we're really hoping it's going to be way more accurate and individualized, you know, for everyone's specific order, the weight of their order, what they order, all that sort of stuff. So we shall see. That's going into effect. We're going to try to have it go into effect next week. We didn't put it up today because today was Finished Ornament Friday day. And we always have an increase in sales on Fridays. And we didn't want anything to go haywire in the website. So, like when we have lots of orders. So, we're trying next week. So, we'll keep you guys updated. Hopefully, it's going to work much, much better than what our... Oh, no! Maybe it wasn't even glued the whole time. I don't think it was. Oh, it's pins. She's got U-pins on here. All that, you guys, and I lost it anyway. You guys. I went through all that trouble trying to work around it. Glue stuck to my fingers is not helping matters. Did not get that on there very well. All right, let's do this again. So guys, if you're wondering how to stick things on, these U-pins are nice for sticking things on like these branches. If you don't have glue stuck to your fingers like I do. There we go. I think that is a little better. The little pine branches are adorable, that's for sure. Okay, and I want to grab a little bead. I am way behind in comments, you guys. I will get caught up here in just a second. There we go. That's 2. So we finished 3 things so far. I might have one more angel head in me. Let me get caught up on these comments really quick. Oh wow, I am way behind. Robin said, I love seeing the ornaments when they are finished and blinged out. Me too, Robin. It's nice to complete things. Christy said, welcome to our daily insane chat, Patricia. Martha said, Tammy, I love it. This is the craft for me. I can tell hubby I need to slim down for spring. Georgianne said, I would love to help her. I heard you say Panhandle. Yeah, she's up in, she's like a little bit south of Tallahassee, I think. Like half hour, 45 minutes. Judy said the selection of fabric varies widely at Michael's. Beth said our Michael's has about 20 bolts of fabric, but they had 4 bolts of Nightmare Before Christmas prints that I grabbed a yard each. Oh, that's awesome. I love Nightmare Before Christmas. Dana said it's like an addiction. It's a terrible thing to be jonesing for stray pins. Kate said, you guys, it's so funny that you say that because I used to, like, way back when my husband and I, well, when he was still alive, we were married, and he was a private in the Marines. I mean, we were broke. We just got married, and I love doing these. So I would literally take apart ornaments to make new ornaments because I wanted to make them, but then I wouldn't have any pins. So I would take apart the ones I'd already done, which, you know, not exactly the best idea. Oh, I lost it already. Oh, I hate how it jumps me. Kate said, Stacy, do you live near where the building is about to collapse near Orlando? No, I don't even know about that. That's terrifying. Is about to collapse? Sylvia said, Stacy, you could call first and ask if they carried the bolts. Yeah, that's probably a good idea before I drive all the way over there. Although I would still have fun going to Michael's. It's been a while since I've been there. Debbie said, Patricia, this is such a fun group. Welcome. Tammy said, Beth, our Michael's is about 30 miles away and has part of a row of bolts of fabric. But if you're a crocheter or knitter, they have rows and rows of yarn now. Oh, Kate, yeah, do you live near the building? No, I don't think so. I am about 45 minutes from Orlando. So if it's right in Orlando, I'm a little ways away from that. Thank goodness. I had to look that up, though. Sylvia said, oh, nope. I already read that one. Kat said, you're also lucky there are no stores around me to buy fabric or trims. Even towns around us don't have any. We even just lost our only grocery store. Whoa. That's crazy, Kat. Kat also said, that's why I'm so happy to be in the VIP club. That's crazy, Kat. Brian said, OG ornaments show good attention to detail. On YouTube, most other no-sew ornaments look kind of sloppy. Thank you, Brian. We do have a lot of attention to the details, not just in the kits, but the details of creating them, making them. When I first started teaching how to do these, the biggest thing that would happen for people just making them without using the lines and things like that is they just wouldn't line up. Like from side to side, they wouldn't line up. And so they just look a little, hokey. So like, I don't know. I had gotten to where I was being a perfectionist about how they looked because I was selling them finished. And after I started selling them, this was way back like 2003, 2004, a lot of people started selling them on eBay. And so there was competition. So I really wanted to make mine look really good. And so like getting them straight, like from sides to match is kind of where it started, I think, with the attention to detail thing. So anyway, I appreciate you noticing that. Debbie said our Michael's has bolts of fabric, but so much of it is licensed, like Disney, NFL, not a good variety at all. Hopefully they will branch out. I loved, because Joann's had some of the licensed stuff too, but they also had the calico prints, all those just kind of random, sometimes really generic, but lots of different. You can almost always find a blender or something with a little print at Joann's. And I miss that. Tammy said nothing like having an audience to make it harder. I know. Georgianne said, I thought about going to Michael's today, but that would have meant going across the bridge to Panama City Beach and all that spring break traffic. Yeah, I bet that's rough right now. I'll go another time. Uh-oh, guys. It's the Daily Howl. They're like, it's Friday night, let us out. And they were cooped up a lot today too because I was on my drive. So they're going to be in the backyard for the next couple hours after this. To run and run and run. Christy said, Kat, no groceries anymore. How far do you have to go now for groceries? Carol said, am I crazy, but were you circling the opposite way before? Most likely, Carol. Yeah, I may have been going the opposite way. I do things in both directions. We've talked about that before with the lefty thing. Kat said, Christy, the town below us has an Acme. It's about 30 minutes away. That's a pretty long drive to get groceries. So you got to make sure you're all stocked up so you don't have to go traveling. Carol said, that's because you had to go up and down a million steps last week. I know, right? CJ said, had to download Google Chrome, but I see the pattern now. Okay, good. I'm so glad. Were you on Safari before? I think sometimes Safari can be a little wonky. Kat said, Christy, we also lost Walgreens and Rite Aid. The mayor says that she's working on getting a grocery drugstore in where Rite Aid was. We lost the grocery store, Walgreens, and Rite Aid all in 6 months. Wow. Tammy said, I bought a small picture shelf at Menards last week. I went to put a magnet strip in the bottom to put my angels in. You inspired me. Yes, Hobby Lobby's closed on Sunday. That's awesome. That's a good idea. So I'm trying to picture this. So a picture shelf, and then you put a magnetic strip in the bottom. That's a great idea. Gretchen said, good thing Hobby Lobby is an hour away. Christy said, Kat, that's horrible. Nancy said, I wish I had a Hobby Lobby closer to me. It's about an hour and a half away. The travel there is awful. Hour and a half is a decent drive. That's not a fun drive. I'm going to do one more head, you guys, while I'm yapping. I'll do one more head, and then we'll call it a night. Move these guys out of the way. We're going to work on little Autumn here. And she does not have anything that I got to be afraid of staying out of the way of. She's a pretty one, right? I'm separating these because I can never get 2 pins back in together. But I can't because they're not. Okay, I see what's going on. These are all, nope, they're not. There's 2 pins. There we go. There we go, kind of. I don't know what's happening with this. We'll get it. Deborah said, hi all, I'm late. My mom called about the time that you started and I just got off the phone. That's okay. We forgive you, Deborah. It's nice to spend time talking to your mom on the phone. I've got little dried up glue bits and everything all over the place. Becky said, I love that she used evergreens as the wings. I know, isn't that just the cutest? CJ said, that's an adorable idea for the wings. Thanks, CJ. Robbie said, so cute. Tammy said, I kind of wish I had bought that kit when it was in the shop now. I did buy the wings. I was so intimidated when it was in the shop. That one does look more intimidating, and I think it's the wings. But yeah, you guys saw it was just a little U-pin holding them on, so it's really not nearly as tough as it seems. But I'm glad you got the wings, Tammy, because now you can put it with any of your own fabrics. You know what I wasn't paying attention to when I put all the wings back on? Was the front and back, but it looks like I did do it right. I guess I did it kind of while not thinking. I was zombied out, but I did it right. Much easier when you don't have things in your way. At least on the bottom half of the head. Martha said, that's so cute. Great idea. Thank you. Sherry said, I like the pine branch wings. I know I'm way behind you guys. Tammy said, first item in floral embellishments are the little pine pieces. Thank you, Tammy. Deborah said, Stacy, the grab bag of fabric that you offered last week I think was awesome. I got it today and the fabric grab bag for $5 was amazing. Thank you. Awesome. Deborah, thank you for saying that. I'm really glad that you are happy with what you got. I actually kept one, you guys. It's sitting here. I'll show you in a second. I kept the Christmas one that I showed you last week because I thought maybe we could do some ornaments with it sometime soon on a live. Olivia has fun putting them together. She kind of like lays out all the different fabrics and then groups them by color, or just, you know, they're not all perfectly matching, obviously, because they're all scraps and stuff that are left over, but she'll group them kind of as best as she can by color or theme or whatever, and they just look really cute when she gets done with it. I don't think I made this one. I might have to keep this one for myself, for my collection. Because she might have come out before I started doing these lives, you guys, or at least around the same time. I don't think I made her. Sherry said, I am lucky. There's a Hobby Lobby, Michaels, and a Ben Franklin in our town. You have a Ben Franklin? I didn't know they had Ben Franklin still. That's awesome. And Sherry also said, we used to have a Joann's. I miss it. Tammy said, I miss the keepsake calicos. Yup. Debbie said, I noticed today when looking at ordering a spot for coupon codes. I did not see any coupon codes. Can you explain? Can I explain why there was a spot for coupon codes in the shop? Is that what you're asking? Because there is no coupon codes available right now. You're correct about that. But I am we're working on the certified instructors program, you guys. I've told you a little bit about that before. And certified instructors are going to have access to some like bundles of certain supplies for classes at a discounted price. And so I'm going to do that. We're going to offer those discounted prices through coupons. So every certified instructor will have their own special private coupon code. That's kind of how I'm looking at doing it. We've been working on this behind the scenes. So I did add I added the ability to use coupons to my tech stack in my shop, but there are no coupons available right now, if that's kind of what you're asking. I'm playing with setting them up, so that's probably why they're showing in the checkout, like just a place to put the coupon code. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, I did okay today with these guys. We didn't have any more calyx like Rosie last week. Okay, so this is the front, this is the back. She needs, oh, yeah, this is what she needs, her beaded pen. I don't know if this gold pen will go. Yep, it sure does. Well, that is a long pin. Her head is never coming off because I just attached all the way down through her body. So that whole thing is staying. That's good. Okay, guys, I'm going to catch up now. I'll put a couple ornaments here that you guys can look at while I'm catching up on these comments. Oh, I see some hi puppies. So yeah, I'm way behind. Jeanette said, I really miss Joanne's. We have a Hobby Lobby and Michael's. I love Ben Franklin's, but it's an hour away. Did we already, I feel like I'm having deja vu all of a sudden. Did we already have this conversation once about Ben Franklin? Like, I didn't know that there was still Ben Franklin. I thought that was long gone. Suzanne said, line balls was a game changer for me. Made it so much easier to keep the fabric in straight lines. Yeah. Getting the line balls was like a huge thing. I'm so glad that you like them. I love them. I can't not use them anymore. I'm so spoiled. Christy said, my Michaels has no fabric at all. It's too small. It's like they're the size of a shoebox. I called and they said they might get a sample book. Ugh. Well, that's a bummer. Maybe they'll expand. I gotta back up. CJ said, I was on Google, always said no to Google Chrome. Guess I have to give in now. You were, okay. I'm glad that Chrome worked, though, for that video. Again, though, maybe clearing your history on the iPad might have done it. I'm not sure. You never know, because everybody's thing is different. But I'm glad that you were able to see the videos now. Deborah said, I have to drive to Tallahassee for fabric, etc. So I do order online, and I'm so glad that you have such great embellishments as well as ideas of where to buy them. I'm so glad to hear that, Deborah. I'm glad it's helpful. And also just like we were getting asked right from the get-go of the club, when I started doing an ebook for each individual kit, people would say, where did you get this or where did you get that? And right away I realized people wanted to know exactly where that specific thing was, and that's when we started doing that. So anyway, I'm glad that you find that helpful. Roseanne said the little fall angel is cute. Well, I think it's fall. It is. I love the little flower crown, Mother Nature. Yeah, it's supposed to be fall. Her name was Autumn. So she's from, I think, I can't remember, September-ish maybe is when we released her. I can't remember exactly, but I think it was before I was doing the lives, and I don't think I started the lives until like October-ish, November-ish, something like that. Jeanette said, I wish I could still talk with my mom. She passed in 2009. I'm sorry, Jeanette. Shirley said, we lost Joanne's, but now we're supposed to be getting a Hobby Lobby next month. You guys, thank you for the hearts. The hearts are just flowing. Thank you. Deborah said, so excited I was able to get the Jasmine kit today. Yay, I'm so glad that you were able to get that. Christy said, my Hobby Lobby is getting into more kitchen items and dog and cat items. When did kitchen and pets become a craft hobby? I've noticed that they have a lot more of like the novelty things now. Tony said, hi, Stacy and everyone. Hey, Tony. Jeanette said, I wondered the same thing, Christy. Patricia said, I love all the star patterns, but the Kimikomi really intrigued me and challenged me. I wonder if you should start a million pin club. That's a good idea. I'll have to start ordering pins by the pound. Yep, you will. You do. A lot of us do. I'm glad to hear that you like the Kimikomi. I'm hoping Sarah, we actually planned for the first Wednesday in April. She's going to do her first live, and she's going to do other things too, but Kimikomi is her thing. She's really into it. So you'll be seeing more of that. I don't want to do that on a live. I mean, I will, but I'm not going to be that great at it. So maybe one day I will, but Sarah is really good at it. So she'll be doing some lives soon, starting in April. Deborah said, I got all purples, pinks, and blues, my favorite colors. That's awesome. Tammy said, tell Olivia that she did a great job on the grab bags. I will. That reminds me that I told you guys a second ago that I was going to show you. Let me move this out of the way. That grab bag that I kept for myself. So guys, we're going to do some ornaments with these at some point. This Christmassy. And it's funny because not everything in here is or was a Christmas fabric. We've got some batiks that were like from a summer line, but they look Christmassy mixed in with these. So this is an example of those grab bags. I do believe they're all sold out right now, but she kind of makes them as she can. Like after we build up some remnants and stuff, she'll put them together. And Tammy, I will tell her, thank you. Tammy also said, Deborah, I got mine today too. I had been looking for golds and off-whites online, and that's exactly what was in my grab bag. They're so gorgeous. That is the coolest, Tammy. I'm going to tell Olivia about that too. That's just funny that happened. Thank you for sharing that. Tammy said, does Ben Franklin even still exist? Wow. I know. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking the same thing. Tony said, I love it. Bo is perfect. Anne-Marie said, I'm very interested in the certified instructor course. I hope we will be coming out with that soon. It's been a big project. And we started it a couple years ago, and then it kind of like fell by the wayside a little bit. But now we've really been hitting it hard. We made it a 2026 goal. So we're very excited, and I'm glad that you're interested in it. Deborah said, that will be exciting, Stacy. I think I want to try to learn for the instructor part. That's awesome. Debbie said, thanks, Stacy. So it's a format issue for you. So it's a format issue for you and the upcoming OG instructors. Yeah, it's like, I'm playing with it on the site. I'm still not 100% sure how it's going to work, but that's why you're seeing it pop up all of a sudden as like an option in your cart. But yeah. And I've used coupons before in the past, but I don't do them very often. So right now we don't have any, there's no coupons floating around out there or anything like that. Debbie said, thanks, Stace. Oh, I already read that one. Tammy said, so cute. Deborah said, that is cool, Tammy. It's like they read our minds. Roseanne, thank you. And I'm seeing all the hearts, you guys. I love it. Thank you. We have 71 viewers right now. That is pretty high, you guys. Thank you. Sherry said, our Ben Franklin is family owned and opened in 1982. Not my family, unfortunately. Tammy said, I have a bunch of blank balls that I got last fall at Hobby Lobby. I'm lazy and I don't like marking them. You know what you got to do, Tammy? Because I'm the same way now. You have to sit down and just do like a whole ball marking thing. Like not anything else. Just sit down and do it. Get it over with all at one time. And then it's so much easier. Because you'll get really fast at it. Sherry said, I went into Ben Franklin at the Outer Banks of North Carolina and it was just souvenir items. Weird. CJ said, I cleared my cache, but that didn't work. But thank you so much for your help. Bummer. I'm sorry. I'm glad you got on, though. I guess that's the important part. Deborah said, that angel is so cute. Thank you, Deborah. Christy said, I looked online for Ben Franklin, 1 in Hawaii, 3 in Washington, 1 in Tennessee, and 1 in Missouri. Or is that Missouri? Is MO Missouri? Dana said, I've had Mardi Gras colors in my head. Wouldn't those colors look good on an egg or a round ornament? Yes. Yep. Sure would. Yep. Absolutely. Sylvia said, don't forget the thumbs up. Thank you, Sylvia. And you guys, as always, I definitely appreciate the thumbs up and the hearts and all that stuff. It really helps out the channel. We appreciate it. Marissa said, the line balls are absolutely the best. Very useful. I especially appreciate the way that you match the fabrics. I already order pins by the pound. Yeah, once you order by the pound, you're never going back because it's just so much cheaper. And it's so nice to know that you've got this whole box to get you through a bunch of ornaments. It's just a good feeling. Tammy said, Dana, I did the carnival pattern in Mardi Gras colors. It turned out really pretty. I bet that did. The carnival pattern sounds like it would be a really good one for the Mardi Gras colors because it already has that vibe. Karen said, sorry, Willow and I are so late. Willow loved to sing along with her American puppy pals. She enjoyed it so much that she's now sound asleep. Aw, those ornaments are so impressive. Just beautiful. I accidentally forgot to put the ornaments back up. So we finished a lot today, you guys. We did 3 angel heads, and the Easter egg. I did not finish the other Easter egg, but that's okay. It's still here. I might get to that on the next one. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. The busy egg. This is going to have an all white bow, I think. Gretchen said, I'm making another jasmine. Awesome, Gretchen. Deborah said, my mom will be 89 this year and she lives close to me, but we talk every day, and especially more so. She is the last of her siblings, so struggling right now. Aw, Deborah, it's good that you're talking to her every day. And being there for her. I'm sure she appreciates it. Judy said it was a huge improvement when the pre-marked balls came out. I've been around long enough to remember having to draw all those lines myself. Yeah. And in the beginning, we weren't even doing lines at all. And I was trying to teach how to do it, like just scoring and things like that. But then once we started doing the lines, and then once the line balls came out, it was like, made it so much easier. Christy said, I hope MO is Missouri, because that's what I meant. Good, I'm glad that I read it right at least. I was like, it might be Stacy Strikes Again. I thought the other day, I was like, I should say Spacey Ann. Because I feel like I'm having a lot of those moments on these live streams, you guys. Afterwards, I'm like, man, that was embarrassing. Jeanette said, our Ben Franklin, an hour away in Missouri, has a fantastic fabric department. Oh, man. I feel like to go to a Ben Franklin, that reminded me of back in like the late 80s, early 90s when I remember going with my mom. I would travel to do that. I would travel to go to a Ben Franklin because I still remember like the Ben Franklin that we went to had like a nursery. It had flowers, like real flowers and stuff, and you could smell the fertilizer, which I like that smell, like the garden center kind of smell. And I remember that about going to Ben Franklin. So yeah, I would totally travel to do that. Jeanette said, MO is Missouri. Okay, good. Barb said, I know there's a Ben Franklin in Mineral Point, Wisconsin. Jeanette said, I love your busy egg. I ordered the fabrics today. Oh, that's awesome, Jeanette. And we're going to do some stuff with that next week. We're going to do, I think, well, I was saying yesterday I want to do a basic star, but then Tammy suggested the spiral egg with those two, and I think that they would make a good spiral egg because it's the right number of colors. It'll still be busy. It'll be loud, I think, but I don't think it'll be as busy as what that egg is that I just showed you. So anyway, I'm glad you like those fabrics because they are really pretty, just loud. Deborah said, I love how the Easter egg turned out. I bought that pattern today to try it. That's awesome, Deborah. Thank you. Tammy said, the last Ben Franklin that I remember closed in the early 80s. Whenever I went there with my mom, it would have been, I want to say it had to have been the late 80s or the early 90s, if I were to guess. Debbie said, what was the name of the egg pattern? It's the Blossom egg, and it is from March 2019. I'm pretty sure it was March 2019 when we came out with this. Suzanne said, I remember as a kid, my mom driving an hour to go to a Ben Franklin. Missed those days so much. Yeah, I don't, what's funny is I don't even remember how far we went to the Ben Franklin. So I was pretty young. I just remember walking in. I remember the way that it smelled, and I remember bead things. I was really into bead jewelry back then too. And that was like the first aisle on the right when you came in, and I would just make a beeline to go to the beads. Anne Marie said, "Don't be embarrassed. It's refreshing that you're your genuine self unapologetically." Thank you, Anne Marie. I appreciate that. Tammy said, "Ben Franklin does sell fabric online." Whoa! I'm going to have to look this up. Kat said, "I loved AC Moore, but they had a large craft store, and had classes, rooms for adults and for children. They were awesome. Could get everything, all kinds of craft stuff there." I vaguely remember AC Moore. I remember my mom going there, and that might have been a little further away. I feel like I remember us doing that only a couple times. I remember it being big. Christy said, "I worked at a Ben Franklin in our mall back in 1991-ish. That's awesome, Christy." Jeanette said, "Ben Franklin's a little bit of everything." Yeah. I remember a nursery. I don't, like, in my mind as a kid, I remember a nursery, and to me it felt big. I don't know if it was big. Maybe I'm just remembering it that way because I was a kid, but I just remember that. And it was special. And Ben Franklin, of course, is where my mom took a class where she learned the original no-sew fabric balls. So, yay, Ben Franklin. Tammy said, "I miss AC Moore too." Oh, Tammy said they have Moda. CJ said, "Hubby won't let me work at a craft store because I would use my check for craft stuff." Yep. Pretty much, yep. I agree. If I worked at a craft store, that would be the end of it. If I had, I guess I do technically now. Jeanette said, "I miss AC Moore also. I went every time that I visited my daughter in Vermont." So that must be gone too now, guys, right? AC Moore's gone. I'm going to have to go Google some Ben Franklin, though. You guys, I think we're done. We went an hour and a half almost tonight, so we still put in the time tonight, you guys. Tammy said, "My dream is to win the Powerball, open a fabric and craft store, and become a certified instructor." I love that. The Powerball part, though, that would make all the rest of it, right? Christy said, "Google says that AC Moore was bought by Michaels." Whoa, I didn't know that. Well, come on, Michaels, and then it's like taking over Joe. They need to they're like buying these things, but then they're not like stepping into the role. What's going on, Michaels? You're welcome, Judy. Thanks for watching. Georgianne said, "I found my Easter blossom that I made from the original kit. I posted it on Facebook." Oh, I will go look. Oh, Robbie, your message disappeared. CJ said, "I'd be your customer." Hey, Robin said, "Have a great weekend, everyone." You too, Robin. Robbie said, "Have a good night." Night, Becky. Deborah said, "That's how my husband felt before I retired from school because I was always buying things for my class. He thought it would get better, but now I buy craft supplies for quilting and ornaments." Having a hobby, though, that's a good thing. I think it's okay. Patty said, "Everyone have an awesome weekend." You too, Patty. You guys, I hope you all have an awesome rest of your night and weekend. I don't know what the weather's going to be like for all of you, but it's supposed to be beautiful here. So I plan to spend a pretty decent amount of time outside in the garden this weekend. I'm hoping that next week we can do more Easter. I have those couple of other Easter eggs I'd like to do. And I also want to do the cookie cutter egg at some point next week with you guys as well. So if any of you haven't tried that one yet, guess what? I haven't tried it either. I haven't actually made it yet myself. So I'm going to make it with you guys, hopefully at some point next weekend. The comments got away from me again. You guys have an awesome rest of your night. Christy said 2 days until more pinning and chatting. Two days. That's right, Christy. I hope you have a good weekend. CJ said, "I tried to do the weekend peaceful pinning, but it put me to sleep." It's truly peaceful, CJ. See you guys on Monday. Suzanne said, "Love this time with you and the yapping. If you ever did a retreat, I don't think we would get any sleep." I know we wouldn't. We would just be like, blah, 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 blah. Brian, you have a good weekend too. All of you guys have an awesome weekend. I will see you on Monday, you guys. Happy ornamenting.